Okay, so
We're starting over.
Completely over?
Whatever, we're starting over.
Oh, I had a good minute and a half worth of material.
You did, but we had some. It'll be all right. Trust me, I picked that up at Target. It should not have any issues whatsoever.
Okay.
So
Very
good.
good.
I'm back.
Hey, you welcome back. It's about time because I feel like it's been 6 months since I last seen you between wrestling and moving, and I had to do a podcast with my wife.
Yes.
What did I ever do to you?
I'm looking. We're going to talk about that in a little while. But
Spinoff?
First, maybe. You know what? Maybe
Joni loves Chachi.
#1 rated show in Korea
Because of the name.
Yeah.
Right. Chachi means balls or something.
Penis.
Right?
Yep.
Penis.
So
Penis.
So first and foremost, let's start off by saying, remember, folks, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, and also make sure you subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Better Half podcast because we definitely want to get some followers. We know you love us. We love you.
No.
And I think we got a new review.
Well, let's throw out the info first. Let's get that out of the way
right.
because I realized after I hit the stop button, I was like, fuck, I forgot to give out the email. So
That's okay.
So if you want to email our podcast, the Better Half Podcast, it's the betterhalfpod@gmail.com. You can find us on the old Twitterverse at betterhalfpod1. Sorry, my paper started fluttering. On Instagram,
Flutter.
On Instagram, or IG as you kids call it,
Yep.
the Better Half Pod. You can find me on the old Twitter at mess411 and Larry all over the social network, the interwebs, every social media outlet as more MOHR365.
Yep. If you want to play me on PlayStation, on Xbox, check it out. I'll be set up again soon.
You don't ever want to play games with me on Xbox?
No. I'll play games with you if it's before 10 p.m.
But even on PlayStation 4, I never see you.
Well, I haven't had it hooked up in a while.
Oh, speaking of which, I got an interesting message on PlayStation 4. I got invited to a group.
Okay.
And then some girl, wink, wink, like a Instagram Russian model.
Hi.
No, Instagram Russian model goes, "Hi, I'm 21F, wanting to make friends." Block.
We're going to have good time.
What? That you didn't tell me that's something that happens on PlayStation 4.
That never really happened to me. So,
and I've only been playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider, so.
Well, that's why. Lara Croft is trying to contact you.
I wish.
Imagine.
And on my way to work yesterday, I got a Skype phone call.
Did you really?
Through my cell phone in a completely different language. And the only word that was in English was WhatsApp. But it was.
Was it audio or video?
No, it was I declined the phone call and then blocked her. It was on Susu. I put it on my Facebook. I showed it. I put it on my Facebook.
Yes.
I go, this was an interesting phone call on the way to work. But it kept screwing up my ways because the Skype took. All of a sudden, I see my Skype pop up. I'm like, what the hell is this?
What the deuce?
And then the Sierra Leone phone calls. Sierra Leone.
Yes.
From Africa. 9 phone calls in one day.
You said Sierra Leone. I'm thinking adult film star.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
So let's talk about.
Yeah. So the reason why I wasn't around last episode,
because Larry was moving on up.
Those are more pops I got to add to the
a
wall.
Deluxe apartment on the same block.
Yeah. So I literally moved up. I moved up into the upstairs apartment,
from the basement to the attic.
Yep. And I got to say it was a bitch.
Yeah, I know. Lifting all those boxes it took me forever to recoup.
You were on vacation.
Yeah, well, I was here in spirit.
I don't even think you were there in spirit.
Yeah, I was here in spirit.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking about you when I was
Were you lounging in your underwear
in Busch Gardens? Did you listen to the episode?
Yes, I did.
I'm never going on a roller coaster again. But we'll talk about that. Let's talk about you.
Yeah, so new apartment, new spacious apartment, a bit taller as well. I can't touch the ceiling at certain parts, which is good. So I feel it feels more roomy up here, right?
It's definitely more roomy.
Yeah.
Well, you have more rooms.
Well, this is true. I do, actually. So I'm up here, so I'm pretty much settled in. I still got to wait for a couple of things.
I can make a Sims apartment out of this.
I'm still about 2 weeks away from a bed. So I'm still waiting for that to come in, so I've been sleeping on my couch.
Well, what's wrong with your bed? There's no mattress?
There's no mattress.
What happened to the mattress? You told me you needed you.
Yeah, I need a new one, so desperately. But here's the funny thing.
Casper mattress.
A friend of mine, I'm getting it from Bob's. Bob-O-Pedic.
Oh boy.
Actually, everything's from Bob's here. This is from Bob's. The entertainment center's from Bob's.
All right.
Not bad.
Bob.
Hey, Bob. And they get free candy. They have a whole section of free candy.
Isn't that awesome? And iced tea.
And
ice cream.
And because I go to the one over here in Freeport, the koi pond. They must not feed those fish because when you walk by the pond, like a pack of puppies, all these fish swim up and like, trying to
Freeport. Someone might try and catch the fish. But
so I have this, and you'll see it. Actually, you'll probably see it next week. Or next episode. But I have like this little alcove, I'll call it. It's where what do they call it when the roof pitches down like that? I forgot what they call it.
Dormer.
Yeah, a dormer. So, pitches down, and it's a little area. So I figured, you know what? Let me put my computer there because that will be my podcast room, even though there's no door. It will be my podcast room. I have a nice built a friend of mine who did a wonderful job. I want to give a shout out to Mike Young, who did tremendous job. He's the one that did all the shelving in this apartment, the pop vinyl shelves.
He made that?
And that, too. Yep, he made that. He single-handedly rebuilt my parents' basement, basically.
See, that's good because I actually need that for my basement, so I will be taking his information before I leave. Does he live out here?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, well, then never mind.
So, and I have this alcove on my computer. I have this bookshelf, which I'm going to put a lot of my old games and stuff on there, some of the figures. So, before that all went in there, a friend of mine goes, you know what? Why don't you just make this your bedroom? I'm like, what? It's like you throw your bed in there, and then I have this whole bedroom I can do whatever I want with.
It's not a bad
It's not
idea.
a bad idea at all. Just throw a curtain up.
But no.
I don't care.
No, well, first
But
of all,
it's
you
too
won't
late
be
now.
able to fit your bed in there.
No. It goes back. It goes in.
Oh.
You're looking at the wall. Yeah. It goes
okay.
in about as far. Actually, it goes, I think, about as far as the wall.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
yeah. Ow. So, but here's the problem, folks. When you're deciding where to put your computer in your room, your house, your dormitory, maybe don't put it next to a window that is on the same level as the chair.
Well, why? I mean, you just, searching the internet for like Wikipedia and IMDb and Facebook and Twitter.
Could get awkward, maybe.
Well, you have blinds.
I do have blinds, but every once in a while, you got to make sure all the slats are closed all the way.
You're disgusting.
Well, I'm just saying this is part
but
of
Larry,
nature.
you just shut your blinds and get some shade, get some drapes, and you're good to go.
Well, maybe a drape, a privacy drape.
You get a freaking WWE blanket and just tic tac it to the freaking wall.
Tic tac it.
What are those things called?
They're only 1 calorie.
Yeah. Push pins. Whatever.
Do you know? Excuse me. These blinds, I could not find a normal blind with a cord. These are all cordless blinds.
Cordless blinds.
You lift them. You literally lift them up and you pull them down.
You lift things.
You
up
lift them up and pull them down.
Oh yeah, I've seen those before. Yeah, I don't like those.
I was in Home Depot. Could not find.
First of all, I could already tell right now if you shut those blinds, no one's going to see what's on your your internet.
I'm not worried about what's on the internet. I'm worried about what's on the chair. So
ew, Jesus Christ!
And then I have.
Could you just turn the chair then? God, I mean, if you.
Well, if I'm lucky, I can go out the window.
At least you could just throw all your tissues out.
And then
the window.
I have.
when you're sick and have allergies,
Of course, my wall of pops. Can you explain to the people? They'll see it in 2 weeks.
More importantly, where's Homer Simpson?
He is here. He's in storage right now, but he's here.
Why is he in storage?
Because we're trying to figure out what to do with him.
I know exactly what to do with him.
Well, there's a lot of this blank wall space, including the hallway coming up.
You could give me back this Homer Simpson that I gave you, and I could hang him in my garage next to my Stormtrooper.
That is a rude thing to say.
I was just letting you hold it.
What?
What?
For like 8 years?
It's been about that. You want me to describe your wall of?
Yeah.
Okay, so to my right, in Larry's palatial estate, he has what is his kitchen eating area.
Yes.
Right. A L-shaped wall filled with shelving that is filled.
You know, an L-shaped wall is also called a corner.
We're not even going to make 50 episodes, are we? Because I'm going to kill you. The way I feel today, does this go down?
Yes, it does.
I didn't even notice that before.
Yeah.
That's cute. There's lights there. For what?
Yeah, but I didn't know how to rehook those up. I'll explain that in a minute as well.
What do you need them for?
They were for reading, so I don't need them at all.
Oh, okay. So anyway, on all of these shelves, pretty much wall to wall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 shelves of vinyl pops.
Yep, loaded to the brim with room to spare, and I still have a bunch of my parents in the attic at my parents' house that I got to bring over.
Yeah. I'm okay. Well, I guess if you've seen the movie The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Steve Carell's character has his action figures still in plastic and everything. I have one thing to say to you, Larry, and that's Kelly Clarkson. You just don't ever want to get laid again, do you?
I'm not worried about that. Those things are cool. I got to figure out what to do.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little jealous.
I got to be honest with you. I knew I had a lot of pops.
Can you put this on the Better Half Pod page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know
sure.
you put it on your other.
Well, it's because I don't remember the passwords.
I know, because, it's really, really easy, Larry. Real easy.
So, I knew I had a lot of pops. Like, you have a collection of something. Like, you have a lot of it.
Yes.
But when you actually put it out to display, that's
Yes.
when you go, whoa.
Yeah. When I had I've gone through about 12 different phases of collecting things. I went through bobbleheads. For a while, I collected tons of bobbleheads.
God, I hate speaking of which, unrelated, down in Florida, Hulk Hogan's opening up, like a bar or a hangout, and he's got like a giant life-size bobblehead of himself.
Life size?
It looks like a giant Funko Pop, but the head is huge and it just rocks back and forth.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. If you come to my restaurant and you order the chicken wings, I will hit my own bobblehead, okay, brother?
I think that's how he gets it to go.
Anyway.
Terrible Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, well, I didn't say they're all gold. We all know who I'm the king of. Anyway, so, it's pretty impressive, Larry. It's also worrisome. But
And also when you showed up, all the lights were out.
yes, because Larry pays electric now. So.
So now
I don't know how much you want me to reveal, but
No, it's okay. I don't care. So there's normally all the lights are out. I'm sitting here on the couch.
Larry's freaking out because I actually hooked my computer up to his. So he's
Ding 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 ding. No,
and I made him put a light on.
I'm happy I'm up here.
It's podcasting by candlelight.
Almost.
Fireside chats.
Ooh, I can bring those back. Like what? FDR? Was that who used to do
I
it?
think so.
Truman, maybe?
No, it wasn't Truman. It might have been
Polk?
FDR. No,
Polk?
Taft?
Polk?
Modal?
It wasn't me, okay?
Oh, welcome.
Larry, I love the new place.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful.
Did you have trouble? Did you have trouble coming up?
No, I'm fitting 45,
You are.
baby.
All right, good.
Yeah, Frank's 45, but fat. I'm fitting 45, okay? Look at his belly. It's huge.
Mr. President, how dare you?
Shut up. Give me the mic.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, where were you last episode, Mr. President?
Where was I? I was a little busy.
Oh, okay.
A lot of things going on. I got that Pelosi bitch up my ass.
Yeah, well, that
Okay.
is
By the
true.
way, Frank, I saw you in front of the White House waving at me. Very busy. Did not have time. Okay, I saw you. Cute family. Very cute. Did you see the guy kneeling, praying to Allah? Did you see him in front of the White House? There was a sniper rifle right on his face.
Oh, wow.
Sniper rifle right on his face. All I had to do was go, do it. But I didn't. You know why? Love everybody.
Well, there are
Except
snipers
Hillary.
on the roof.
Hate her.
Yeah, well, Crooked Hillary. Yeah, you would have liked, because you would have met Stephanie. You would have met Frank's
Lovely.
wife.
I know Stephanie. She's a
Oh,
great
you
girl.
do?
She's
Oh, okay.
fantastic. I listened to last week's episode.
You did? Okay,
It was
good.
a huge episode. Best rated episode ever.
The one I wasn't on?
Yes, best.
I'm a little
Stephanie
heard of
took.
that.
Stephanie took. If you look at the popularity on, if you look at it, just look at it all. Look at all the popularity on iTunes. Best episode ever.
I mean, Stephanie did hit a home run, so that was good.
She had a home run when she married Frank. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Thank
wow.
you, Mr. President.
Shut up.
You're a bit orny.
I'm a little unruly.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I got a lot going on. Look at all the gray hairs I have now. Okay?
Yeah, well, it's hard to tell.
Pelosi, Schumer,
But
this fat niece Schumer, that one. Oh, I had a baby. Look at me. Alyssa Milano. Okay, all of them are losers.
happened to her?
All of them are
what
losers.
happened to her? Oh,
Even Tony Maselli doesn't like her.
I haven't
Bring back James Woods.
I haven't debuted it yet, Mr. President, but we actually have a new drop that we tried to get Tony Danza.
I heard all about that.
All right, good.
I was going to do something different with that, but thanks
Fair
for
enough.
ruining it. Okay.
Well, I
anyway.
can always edit it out.
Yes, time code.
All righty.
Okay, anyway, where were we? Larry, I love the place. It's huge.
It is.
Love it.
Yes, it is
Love
huge.
the place.
Actually.
That's why I never showed up at your old place because it was a little cramped.
Yeah, I guess you never were down there.
Once
yeah.
or twice, maybe.
Well, maybe.
Popping in.
I think through the window.
It's huge.
So, well, thank you for joining us.
Oh, you throwing me off already?
you know what,
You grew up. You grew up. You got a big apartment
I'm
now.
just
and everything.
saying.
All
You
right,
know, I
I
have
guess
your pop. Actually, can you sign your pop vinyl?
I'll sign all of them. I'll sign all of them.
Well, I only need you to
No,
sign.
I'm going to sign every single.
No.
You know what? I'm going to. Harry, go over there. Start signing. Start signing those
I don't want
pops.
his autograph.
No,
I
he's
want
going to
yours.
sign my name. It's
Well,
all
no,
right.
but I
it's
want-
just squiggly lines. It looks like a heartbeat.
It actually
Because
really
I'm the
is.
heartbeat of America. Okay, that's today's Chevrolet. Not a sponsor. It's huge. Where'd that Mario guy go?
He went home.
He looks a little like Spider.
What?
Little bit.
What?
Little bit.
I don't see that at all.
Little bit.
I don't see that
Little
resemblance.
bit. All right, listen. I gotta go. Okay, I
All
got
right.
stuff to do. You know, I'm parked on a one-way street here. By
Dead
the
end
way,
street.
dead end
Not a
street.
one
It's
street,
terrible.
It
Terrible.
goes two ways. Yeah.
It was that house on the corner. It was like
Big
a
house, right?
mafioso.
It's weird. Yeah.
A little mafioso
Yeah,
house.
It's odd. Can you
Yeah.
please step away from my pops?
He's already signed the first
He
row.
really did. He's signing even the ones outside of the box.
I think he just signed the wall too.
I
He's
think-
not the smartest guy in the world.
All right.
Anyway,
Whatever.
all right, Trump out.
Oh, all right.
Later.
Peace out, homie.
Bye, Frank.
Bye, Mr. President.
All right.
He does not like me.
No, well, he's indifferent with you.
I don't know if I brought this up at on the last episode because I haven't listened to it because I'm afraid to listen to it for some reason. I don't know why, but I told you what my son did with the Secret Service.
Yes.
I did mention that.
Yep.
Or did I tell
Not
you?
so secret.
Not so secret.
Yeah, he said it on
was
the
like,
podcast,
He said
yeah.
not so secret, which I thought that was funny.
It was very adorable. Did you like Washington, D.C.?
I didn't like driving through Washington D.C.
It
because
is,
it was
yeah, it
a
is
little
rough.
scary.
Let me ask you a question. On last week's
Somebody wrote
podcast,
honky lips on the side of my car. I don't know where that came from, but
so first and foremost, I do want to thank Stephanie for filling in for me while I was away. Stephanie, first of all, you are the first guest co-host
Yes.
of the Better Half podcast.
She was a little tentative, I think, in the beginning.
I do want to hear about how you coaxed her into it, but Steph, you hit a home run with it. Truly, I know you're probably not going to hear this episode, but thank you very much.
She hasn't even heard her episode.
And so how did you decide to? How
Well,
did you talk her into
We were
it?
texting. We were texting
Me and you.
and I back
Yeah.
and forth about when we were going to record.
Yeah, because it got a
And
little.
we
wacky,
you screwed it up. I'll just put
I
that.
don't- I'm probably not,
I
but okay.
digress. I will
That's-
read the texts.
It's not at all.
I was very
okay.
angry with you.
Not concerned. Okay.
You're not concerned with my anger? We're a team. We're the Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy of this podcasting world. Okay, the Opie and Anthony.
Oh boy.
I'm
I
going to retire this year. I've already been retired for 12 years, but no one knew. I invented retirement, Robin. Anyway, where was I?
I missed these.
Yeah, so you're
Wait,
like,
did we
oh,
have
you
the
couldn't
classic episode?
record because
Did we have the classic episode and then Stephanie's episode?
we had the classic episode, we had the reveal,
Okay, so okay,
and then we
okay,
had
I gotcha.
the Stephanie
Yeah.
episode.
All right. Anyway, so yes.
So, Larry, you were moving, and then we were like, "Oh, you said Sunday was good, if not Monday."
Which I thought it was,
Right.
and then
You screwed
I
up.
lugged.
It's
all,
all right.
I had to help lug all this
Right,
stuff
I know,
up.
but you screwed up,
And then
because
I
you
was-
were like, "Oh, we can't record on Wednesday," because I think I forgot what the reason was. You couldn't record on the Wednesday when we normally record, and then Thursday, Friday was no good for me, and then. Oh, you were like, all right. Oh, I was away. That's what it was. I
Yeah,
was
you were away, so not my
So I
problem.
still had a
Okay.
day. No, because then we're like, I get back Saturday. We'll record Sunday, and you were like, fine. And no, that was moving day.
No, it wasn't like fine, but yes, it was moving day. Yeah,
But
and it wasn't-
originally,
I fell asleep so quick.
we had that conversation. So
Yeah, maybe. So anyway,
I have it in text.
so you all right?
Son of
So
a bitch bastard.
basically, I was unable to record, and I threw Frank into a tizzy because, this is the first time he's going solo.
Yeah, my hands were so low, I didn't know what I was doing.
Solo.
So yeah, no, I actually, since I have my own recorder,
Yes.
and a microphone, I have to actually get another microphone.
I thought you had two. I don't know
I
why.
thought I did too, but I guess I didn't purchase it.
still in your wish list.
I think it's still in my my shopping cart there. So I'm like, great. I have to come up with a co-host, and so I literally just took a little pad and I started writing.
Well, we were gonna try and do a hybrid episode.
Right, we're gonna do a hybrid episode. No offense, but I didn't want to do that because it would have been all retro.
All right, fair enough.
And no, I love, when I hooked up with Rippo last time, we had a ball, but it was more retro. It was a retro. I was co-hosting for him, and I didn't want it to fall into that because, and I don't think I can get as filthy as I can with Rippo than I can.
No,
with you.
at least not with retro. No.
Well, right. So I'm a dirtbag, so I wanted to be dirty. So I started writing down names. And I'm like, all right, maybe I'll call Frankie. That's
Oh,
always,
boy.
And then I thought maybe some of our past guests. I know Bree says she wanted to be on the episode on the show again. So I was like, all right, maybe I'll ask her.
Yeah.
And then, so my wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I need a guest host because Larry's bailing on me. And she goes, I'll do it. And I was like,
really?
she's like, I go, yeah, right. I started laughing. Good one. She's like, no, I'm serious. I'll do it. I go, are you serious? She's like, yeah, I'll do it. I go, okay. And that's when I texted you and you were like, yes, please. Yes, please.
Perfect idea. No, so it was really her idea. She's the one that approached you.
I was stunned.
Oh, wow.
So
That's cool.
And then, of course, doing the usual thing that my wife does. I'm like, all right, kids are going to bed. We're going downstairs to record. And it was, I just have to text this one. I have to text that one. And I'm like, here we go. And I was like, I should have hit record right then and there. And I was trying to do I'm like, all right, should I do the cold open? I don't really want to freak her out. But all day long before that, I had to learn the recorder because mine was still brand new in the box.
So Frank has the exact same recorder we use for the episodes.
You know what I don't have is I don't have this.
I did have to buy this separately.
Yeah, I have to get one.
Yeah. This is a
the
godsend.
plug, yeah.
Yeah, the AC adapter.
Because I still have the batteries it came with. So.
So it's a Zoom. I use a Zoom, which now Frank does as well. I think it's an M something. I forgot the model number, but which is very straightforward. And when you have a couple mics, it's a little easy to deal with. But you can use it on its own. I think like you did.
Yes, I didn't use because I only had one mic and we needed two, and these rotate.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Which I'm still trying to figure out the difference in sound.
Yeah, I couldn't either. But I did a few tests, and one where my wife Stephanie was on the other side of the house, and it picked it up. She was playing some stupid game on her phone, and it picked up the.
There you go.
And I'm just like test two sibilance, being a jerk. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm a professional." So, and then when we went downstairs to Studio B, and I had it set up, and I did the test, and I had the headphones on, and I could see a little groupie action going on in her eye, like she was ready to take a bra off and throw it at me.
Wow,
I think she wasn't even wearing a bra.
She was impressed with your.
I was like, yeah, and I was like, all right, and I just told her, here's what we're gonna do, and I asked her all the guest questions, and she had a good time, and I was like I said, at first I thought she was a little tentative, like a little nervous, but I think after about 10, 15 minutes, she kind of relaxed.
I think she definitely relaxed. She was with you, so she was completely relaxed. And, it was funny. Not fun. Well, yes, funny. The episode is funny. And just to hear, like, some... Like, every time you would go to dirty, she'd be like, "Oh, it's always sex with you, isn't it?"
Yes. Yeah. Well, because I paw at her every. I'm like, she does not walk by me once where I'm not reaching out and grabbing something. Look, I'm crazy about it. What can I tell you?
Of course, look,
I'm a dirty look. I'm a dirty male whore. I'll be the first to admit it.
Definitely, I gotta say, I hope. It's
actually was sorry to interrupt you, but I was like, I was gonna jump on her on the couch right down there and
make your own audio.
Make sure the recording was off.
I hope it's not the only time that the two of you are able to do this. I have no problem. As much as I'm not crazy about stepping away, I would love to every now and again almost have like a special episode of the two of you.
Right.
Almost, I think maybe you guys should do an episode after every time you guys go on vacation. Like when you
can do that. I will bring that up to her, and she because I mean our vacation was pretty good. I mean. Coming back was you obviously I said what happened. We had some major house repairs.
Yep.
It was some budgeted, some not.
Mm-hmm.
But look, the house it's an infrastructure of the house. We had to do the HVAC system and central air. Me in the summer I need a cold house being outside all day.
You and me both. If I can get these birds out of the air conditioner, I'm good to go.
Just turn it on. Then you might have some cooked chicken after that. So
I'm not above that.
And then. What you got to do is open up this window here, and then slap the side.
There, you know what it is? There's like a little hood on
Yeah, I
top
know.
of the air
I
conditioner.
can do it.
It's all right. I'll
You'll
get
hold
someone
my
in.
feet, and I'll just fucking pull their ass around right better. Get out of here, you stupid bird.
It's all
Sure.
fighting with you.
So yeah, no, that's actually not a bad idea of having her do the. She can even be the guest, you know. But we had a good time. Good time. She enjoyed it, and then when we were done, I was like, She goes, that wasn't so bad. I go, Stephanie, you realize people in like Korea are going to hear you, and she's like, nobody listens to your podcast, and then brought me right back down to it. I was like, here I am back here,
back to life, back to reality.
Shut up, mailman boy. So.
No, but she was very good. You guys had a good time, sounds like.
And we got a lot of positive feedback.
I do want to hear some of this. And Steph, you should hear. Oh, did Steph hear?
No. Well, positive feedback of her episode.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like no, it's just people commented on the Facebook page and just some very nice comments and the popularity of it on the iTunes was one of our popular episodes.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay,
So,
cool.
And speaking of iTunes, we actually got a new review.
There you go. It's a new
another
pod
now,
review.
I'm confused because he gave us 5 stars and left a review, but we're still at that 9. I don't know why it didn't.
I don't know.
Change to 10, but I'm a little upset. But whatever. This is by D Train Chaser. What? I don't know what this guy. He's either no, that's a tornado chaser.
Thug.
D Train. He's the D Train Chaser. Oh wait,
We got cows.
we got cows. Anyway, he writes, thank you very, very much, by the way, for your review. Great chemistry was. I'm sorry. At least I should read the title.
Want to try that one more time? Okay.
Sometimes I stroke out a little bit.
That's
I had a rough day at work.
Did you really?
Wednesdays suck.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah, well, someone invented that. Yeah.
When you just need to laugh about life, by D Train Chaser.
Is he always running late?
I could say that in. I wish I could do a Morgan Freeman voice.
Always with
when
Visa.
you just need to laugh about life, by D Train Chaser, Andy Dufresne's. No,
A mile of shit.
He crawled through a mile of shit to get there. I miss my friend Andy.
Andy Dufresne.
Stupid Brooksy. Hanging himself.
I never saw that movie.
Wait a second.
What? How is it that he's able to dig a hole through the wall, climb through the hole, and then make sure that the poster is tight, very taut on the wall?
When he's in the hole, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's night, so it doesn't have to really be tight.
But when they come over,
Lot of
doesn't like a
Scotch tape.
rock go through it or something like that?
Yeah,
Or they
well,
see the...
well, because every year he gets a new poster.
yeah.
He gets like new posters.
But how does he set the poster back up if he's behind the poster?
He probably just lets it hang. Because, okay, I really can't believe I have to explain it to you. Let me finish the review first. Great chemistry between two very funny guys. They put a great spin on everyday life, current news, and all kinds of silly stories. Was this review helpful? Yes. Okay, so let me give you a quick synopsis of...
Doesn't like a rock go through the poster?
Yes, Shawshank Redemption, okay?
Yes.
He asked for... The book was written by Stephen King. You know that? The name of the book is... It's a novella. You know what a novella
that
is?
I did not realize.
You know what a novella
I know
is?
it. I'm not stupid.
No, I'm asking you if you know what a
yes,
what,
it's a
what's
short story.
It's a short novel.
Okay, same thing.
All right. So, but a short novel by Stephen King is like 900 pages. Basically, it's called Rita
Is he
Hayworth.
cracked out on coke
Rita
when he wrote
Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption is the
Okay.
name of the book. And Andy Dufresne is wrongly accused. He goes to jail.
I know the story.
Okay. He asked for a poster of Rita Hayworth to
Okay.
hang on his.
Yeah.
Because sometimes a man just needs to spank it, you know. So it's
Always-
1940s.
Always
whatever it
with
is.
Visa.
So he asks now. Red, played by Morgan Freeman,
Okay.
is a man who can get things. So he gets him a rock hammer. So he wants to chisel these little tiny like chess pieces out of rock. So what we don't realize is he's actually digging a hole. And
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert! And the movie's only like
If you
20
thought
something.
Endgame, you didn't want to hear the Endgame spoiler.
Oh, you went overboard on that.
What are you doing? I didn't
On
do a
my
thing.
on my post,
Yeah.
you were like, "God damn it! People shouldn't exist in this world."
Yeah, because
You were trying to Thanos Verdi.
the movie's barely out a few days and he's dropping the ending.
but it was buried within comments.
But friends see.
Do you realize
I didn't dig to
Thrones,
find that?
Game of Thrones is going on right now, and I get messages from Verdi. I haven't answered him.
But I'm saying, like, because I know Verdi, I will see that comes up first in that feed. So I would have seen. So if I didn't see Endgame,
Okay.
I would have seen that. I would have drove out to his house and choked him in front of his wife and kids.
Anyway, so you had already seen it.
I had to see it. Here's why I had to see it. I had to see Endgame the Friday it came out. It came out I
don't know.
I had to
Don't
see it
care.
Friday because I got to show you those. You'd actually enjoy it. Saturday I was going to Chiller Theater
Yay.
in Jersey, and my
know.
friend goes, "Do you think you'll be able to make it through Chiller Theater, a giant nerd convention, without hearing someone talk about Endgame?"
Did you hear about the guy in like Korea who got his ass beat up?
Oh yeah, because he gave the
He gave away. They came out giving
yeah.
at the end, and somebody they beat. They
Yep.
like put
I'm
him in the
dying for
hospital.
that to happen to Verdi.
That's
Yeah.
hysterical.
Yep.
Anyway, so
So make a note. I'm going to talk about Chiller Theater when
okay,
we're done here.
write that down.
Yeah.
So anyway, where was I? Oh yes,
Trying to
So
explain why-
he starts digging in the hole. Now the poster is obviously
Covering
up
up
the hole. He's taking the dirt, putting it in his pockets, and sprinkling it out into
Yes.
the yard. This happens over the course of decades.
Yes.
Okay. Now, obviously, he has to get into the hole.
Yes. This
Okay.
is my original question.
Okay. So obviously, he's not going to, the poster is going to be, he's going to be behind the poster until he could fit his entire body in the. In the
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, so now when he gets in there, obviously he the picture poster, it's going to have Scotch tape on top, Scotch
Yeah.
tape on the bottom, and two on top, two on the bottom.
Yeah.
So the two on the bottom, when he's doing it at night when everyone's asleep.
Exactly. Okay, fine.
So it's dark, everyone's asleep. He's very very quiet,
Mm-hmm.
picking, and all the poster is it's Scotch tape on top, and it's just laying flat. It's not taut against the wall.
it's not completely against the wall.
Well, it's not going to roll up. I mean, it's a freaking. It's like this. Look, if this is the top,
I got it.
he's underneath it. Look, I'm going to use my mic.
I don't know if we're going to get sued here.
But look, come here. Just look, and here it is. It's just going to be like this.
Yeah.
Wait, no, no. You're missing the part. Stop.
Isn't this the
Pause-
part?
No, pause it. So now what he does is he escapes. Okay.
Yeah.
And the next morning, they're doing the room checks, and the warden, who's a very corrupt son of a bitch,
Yes.
comes in and he's like, "How can I just vanish into thin air?" Blah blah blah.
Well,
blah.
first of all, they're trying because they're doing roll call.
They're doing roll call.
Dufresne?
Dufresne, come out of your
Dufresne.
cell, right? So pause it. So he's like, and then somebody smirks or something, and he's like, "Everyone's a joke. Everything's a joke." And you laughing at me, and he takes the chess piece and he throws it.
That's the part. That's what I'm trying to get to here.
He throws it, and instead of it just bouncing off
Yeah.
the wall, it goes clink, 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 clink.
That's what I'm trying to because I want to see when that happens.
Let me see what you're at.
Where am I? He's a bunch of shoes.
Right, 'cause this is when he figures out.
That Dufresne's not there.
Right. Should we pause this?
No, I'm not worried. We're a small time group.
Yeah, he's basically going. Here comes the warden going into Andy Dufresne's cell.
He just wasn't here.
Put the volume.
Don't say that to me, Hay.
Put the mic against the volume.
Don't say that to me again.
But, sir, he wasn't.
I can see that, Hay. Think I'm blind?
The guy was a cocksucker.
What you saying?
You think
Am
I'm
I
blind?
Hay?
Am I
No, sir.
blind?
I think you're blind.
You blind?
A lot of blind talk.
Last night's count.
You see Dufresne's name there? I sure do. See
I
it
sure
right
do.
there. Dufresne.
You know, I have most of my knowledge of this movie from Family Guy.
Lights out. Stands to reason
Here we
he'd
go.
still be here in the
Now he's
morning.
gonna look at Morgan Freeman.
I want him found. Not tomorrow, not after breakfast.
Now.
Yes, sir.
And you.
Let's go. Move your body. Move it!
Now he's gonna bring poor old Morgan Freeman in. You know about this. Here we go. Well, what?
I see you two all the time. You're thick as thieves, you are.
Is this before or after Morgan Freeman had that accident where he has to wear a glove on his hand for the rest of his life?
Also, Martin.
I don't know what movie that is.
Not a movie, it's real life.
Lord, it's a miracle. Man up and vanished like a fart in the wind.
These and right here he goes.
On the windowsill.
And you.
That cupcake on the wall. Let's ask her. Maybe she knows. What's saying there, fussy britches? Feel like talking?
Now it's Sophia Loren. The
Wait a
poster
minute.
changes over the years.
Why should she be any different?
But look how
Listen. Wait.
This is a conspiracy. That's what
You're
this
in it.
is.
You're in it. You're in on it.
One big damn conspiracy. And everyone's in on it.
Including her.
Including her.
But okay, fine. So he just threw it through the poster, but the poster would have to be pretty tight. See, look, that's got some tightness.
Oh,
to it.
the last time. You mean the last time?
Yeah. That's the part I'm talking about.
I thought you were talking about every time he was digging.
No.
All right, Larry, it's a fucking movie, okay? Don't get so fucking literal. You watched a movie where a guy snapped his fingers and half the fucking world disappeared, and you're worried about a goddamn Andy Dufresne's poster?
It's been bothering me since they mentioned it on Family Guy.
Guess what? Let other things bother you.
I'm very upset you didn't realize that was the one part of the movie I was talking about.
I-
Why would I care how the poster laid while he was digging the hole versus on his way
I
out?
don't know.
On his way, the most imperative part of the movie.
By the way, imperative. I've been listening to your old podcast in the Retro Gamers, and I started writing things down. You do not know how to speak. Okay? First of all,
Don't say that. I gotta do color
we've
commentary
discussed
for wrestling
legitly-
shows.
We've discussed legitly. There was something you said in the last episode, and then there was something I can't remember what it was, but because I forgot to write it down. Because I'm old and I forget things, I have to write things down now. I have a little yellow pad with me at all time. But you said something in one. I'm up to episode 75 of the Retro
Good
Gamers.
Lord.
Yeah. Again, you guys bought more shit.
That's
Yeah,
the name of the game.
Rippo bought more shit. Rippo goes, he bought 7 games, and I'm like, 7 games, fucking nice. It must be nice to not have kids and a wife. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, and you said something, and I cringed because I like to read every single day of my life, and I'm a bookworm. And
You're a book what?
Worm.
I'm pretty sure you said something else.
Bookworm.
It sounded like you said bookword.
You're a bookword. Yeah, you are. So anyway, and you said something, and I was like, God damn, he does not know how to speak. It was so bad. I'm going to start writing this stuff down. I'm going to start, because I'm going to have Larryisms.
Which I need because when I do the color commentary for the wrestling shows I'm going to be working.
Yeah, you also
I
do
need to,
one of
have
your
some-
phrases when you go, when you're supposed to say my dad and I, you go like, my dad and me, or me and my dad. And I'm like, no, you're saying it wrong.
Me and my body.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Why are they remaking every goddamn movie? Chucky now? Really?
Oh, yeah, Child's Play. Not only that, but Mark Hamill plays Chucky. And Chucky's connected to the internet.
You're not my father. That's impossible.
Wow.
I'm a doll.
That was a pull.
What?
But
Star Wars.
Audrey Plaza
Yeah,
plays
but-
the mother.
Wait, who?
The mother in Child's Play?
Is
It's a remake of the first one.
Right.
Remember Audrey Plaza, the one with the weird big eyes, big bug eyes?
She plays the mother?
She plays the mother.
She was
Andy's
the mother in the original, wasn't she?
No, Audrey Plaza was the young girl on Parks and Rec.
Aubrey.
What did I say?
Audrey?
I did say Audrey. That's my bad. I'm sorry.
I got to get back to Rick. Is that his name in European Vacation? The boyfriend? Chet? Tat?
Oh, my God, I'm trying to
William
remember.
Zapka. That's all I know.
Was it William Zabka?
It was.
Oh, my God.
Rusty? What does that bell mean? It means they're going to kill somebody. Dad! By far, the ugliest Rusty out of all of them.
Oh, yeah, it was a rough Rusty, yeah.
What was the boyfriend's name in European
I'm
Vacation?
trying to remember. I don't remember.
Come on, Rob.
I don't
Tweet
I
me.
don't remember. Yeah. If you know the answer, let us
Tweet
hear
me.
from you.
Hashtag Fat
So,
Audrey.
Speaking of, she's the dead Audrey.
Aw.
Yeah.
Too soon?
No, actually, she's been dead for a while.
Okay,
so Sparky. And Beverly D'Angelo is going to be at the Rhode Island Comic Con in November.
Oh, boy.
She did not hold up well.
Well, it's a lot of plastic surgery, so.
Well, that was the only part she had done.
I think she had the boobs
Meanwhile,
done.
Morgan,
She's a waniac.
Morgan Fairchild, plastic surgery did her wonderful.
Morgan Fairchild. You know, that's my wife, Morgan Fairchild.
Uh-oh.
Who
Is
I
it
make
really?
love to.
So Morgan Fairchild was at Chiller Theater.
My wife. You didn't know I could do John Lovitz's
No,
characters,
no,
did you?
I was quite impressed.
Wait till a Boy Scout. Forget it.
Okay.
I'm doing an Adam Sandler.
Oh.
Stupid Boy Scout guy.
Oh, God.
Scout boy?
Cabin. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Whatever.
Scout. So, Canteen Boy.
Scoodly-dee-dee-doo.
So Chiller Theater, yes, Morgan Fairchild was there, and she's actually pretty good for like 68 or something like that.
I bang her.
I mean, her face is
Gilf?
about 27.
Yeah.
So,
she
who else
put
was
that
there?
shit in Lucite.
Joan Van Ark was there. I mean, you talk about some D-grade celebrities. But, so let me tell the story of some of the autographs that I've gotten. So, what happened was I got this one particular autograph. So I got these new thing. My newest thing now is to get video games signed. Like from actors, like video games based on movies that people were in.
Correct.
So I got 1, 2.
Do you play them afterwards, or
I could, but I don't. I won't. No, I probably won't, because then like putting it in and out of the system may ruin the autograph.
yeah, you don't want to stick it in? Stick
No,
it out,
no, I gotta be
then it
careful.
gets all smudgy.
Especially in this house. So
Oh, is this your favorite seat that I'm sitting in? Because I'm now creeped out.
no, that would be the computer chair. Though now I'm probably gonna have to start using the 4K television. Ooh,
Oh my!
interesting. So I got a few autographs. First, I got Karen Allen. She was there for Animal House, but I
It's
got
not gonna be an orgy. It's a toga party.
But I got her to sign Raiders of the Lost Ark on Atari.
I saw that.
Atari 26.
That was yes. I saw
and
that.
it's funny when I
What did she say?
That's what I'm gonna say. So I go up to her. Hey, I say the same thing to everybody. Hey, how you doing, big fan?
First time, long time.
Yeah, basically. She's like, oh, nice to meet you. I think is she British or something?
I don't know, but she was also
She has
she
a
was
bit
in,
of an
she
accent.
was in a ton of movies back in.
She was.
She was in The Wanderers. She was in Raiders. She was in Animal House.
So I got for Raiders, and if everyone remembers what an Atari 2600 cartridge looks like,
Yes.
it's basically black on the back
Why's it gotta be black?
and the sticker on the front.
Racist.
So I hand her the cartridge. I'm like, hey, I'm wondering, this may be odd, but I would love for you to sign this copy of Raiders of the Lost Ark for Atari. She's like, oh, what is this? I'm like, it's a video game. She's like, I didn't even know they made one. I'm like, no, not a lot of people did.
You didn't get paid for it.
Yeah, probably. And she's like, is it good? I'm like, it's a terrible game.
Do 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 do.
But it was a
Do.
horrible game on Atari. But she signed the back of it.
All I see is Pitfall in my head.
So she signed Karen Allen. She said something else, Karen Allen. I'm like, cool, thank you. So then I go to the next one I go to is this one. This one was funny. Harry Waters Jr.
Harry Waters Jr. Why does that sound familiar?
Chuck, it's your cousin Marvin. Marvin Barry.
Oh,
Marvin Barry from Back to the Future.
Marvin Barry.
So I have a very good copy of Back to the Future on NES. Now, first of all, you walk in the room. There's Harry Waters Jr. dressed just like Marvin Barry from the movie, all the way down to has his hand wrapped, like in the movie when he sliced
wow.
his hand.
Wow.
Great guy, very funny guy, very entertaining, interacting with everyone.
Did you take his wallet?
I think he took his wallet.
I think he took his wallet.
So on an NES cartridge, I get the bottom of the cartridge, like where the gray is underneath the label.
Okay.
So I go up to him like, hey, how you doing, big fan? Meanwhile, I don't even know what other movies he's been in. He's like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? I'm like, not much. I was wondering if you can sign this game for me. And he looks at it, he goes, oh, my God, this is awesome. I'm like, it is. He's like, just think, you've been holding on to this for years. I'm like, I didn't have the heart to tell him I bought it 3 weeks earlier. But I'm like, yeah, I had it for a long time. Like, wondering if you can sign it for me. He's like, oh, sure. So he gets ready to sign it. And he goes,
I was kind of hoping I get Marty McFly, not you, but you're good enough right now.
there wouldn't be enough room for Marty.
Oh, Jesus, Larry. That's even below me, and I mean below me.
Oh,
Jesus, Larry.
Heyo.
Leave fucking Michael J. Fox alone.
So he goes,
One person with worse handwriting than him, Donald Trump.
I heard that motherfucker.
whoa, he's mad.
Trump out.
Oh, okay, there he goes again, right through the window. Interesting. And I'm on the second floor now.
You better watch that window.
Yeah, I
too.
know, it's weird. So, Harry Waters, he goes, do you want me to sign? You want me to put like Marvin Barry on there as well? I'm like, you know what? I don't think there's enough room because I'm figuring he's gonna have like a big.
Just an aside, sudden
yeah.
interruption.
Yeah.
That's where I stayed.
Okay.
Stephanie booked it on her computer. Now I'm getting ads for it on my computer. You're going to tell me that the phones and everything, my paranoia has just shot right through the roof. I'm not even at home and that's popping up on
You
shit.
probably logged into the same account on her computer.
No. Well, she put my email address down for the
Okay,
contact.
there you go. That'll do it.
But now I'm getting ads for the resort that we stayed in when we were in Williamsburg.
I think you need new tape on your on your thing.
No, I got the red mark there.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
It's tape and red.
Okay, I got
And
you.
my kids just got laptops.
Okay.
They got the same thing.
Yeah, it's sickening. So,
Big
so he
Brother's
goes.
watching.
So he goes. I'm like, I don't think you can put your name in your character's name. He's like, no, watch me. I'm like, okay. So he gets Harry Waters Jr. and then he fits Marvin Berry. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Thank you. And I go jokingly, and we go, hey, can you also fit? Listen to this. I'm like, nah, don't worry about it. He's like, oh, no. Challenge accepted. Hold on. Let me see what I can do.
Oh
Don't
my
worry.
God, Jesus.
And he gets it. And long story short, I'll show it to you later.
I saw the picture of it.
Oh yeah,
That's cool. Yeah.
it has it. Listen to this. I'm like, that is awesome. So I got that signed. I'm pretty sure I had another game signed. I can't remember. But then, John Davidson, Hollywood Squares. Remember Hollywood Squares?
Yes.
When we were growing up.
Oprah, no,
Nope.
Whoopi Goldberg for the Center
No,
Square.
that was later. That was
no,
with.
it was also John Davidson. I remember John
That
Davidson.
was no. John Davidson Center Square was Joan Rivers.
Whoever, but I remember.
But I'm saying
I
anyway.
remember John Davidson.
Okay,
yeah,
so
that
remember
was-
the show.
remember,
Hollywood
like, my
Squares
youth.
was great. I love when he went to Florida and they had it outside.
Yes, they had it outside.
And the celebrities
like
had
Howie Mandel was on there. You know, it's like
and celebrities had to put their own X's and O's and they always forget.
yes. Now they're fed the questions before.
Oh yeah, no. I learned later about
Oh
that.
yeah. They're fed the questions and they're actually given some answers too.
Yep. Some too, not all of them. but some
How's
of
that for a topper?
them. I used to love when like the Muppets were on.
I liked
don't know
when
why.
Jim J. Bullock was on it.
he was a regular.
He was
Him
the Center
and-
Square, wasn't he?
No, Joan Rivers was the center square. He was like the bottom left or the bottom right because always either the bottom left. And they had like a large group. And they had to
Sherman Helmsley.
extend the square. Anyway,
Those 80 squares, the 1980s version of that
I
show
love that
was
show.
fantastic.
so I went up to John Davidson. Now I had no idea John Davidson had a whole musical career.
Oh yeah,
I had no clue.
Yeah, in like the
No clue.
70s, wasn't he on That's Incredible? Also,
Yes, he
or
was.
Real People. One of
That's
the-
incredible. That's incredible. So I'm walking
Sarah
by
Purcell.
and I hear someone playing a guitar, and I peek in the room. And I'm like, oh, this is John Davidson rocking out with a bunch of old women there. So he's playing, whatever. Okay.
He
So I-
was a Canadian dreamboat.
So I come back. I didn't even know he was Canadian.
I'm assuming.
So I go in the rooms. I go
Now
up to
I
him.
have to find out.
So-
keep talking.
So the couple in front of me is talking to him. He's talking about his music and everything. I'm like, all right, cool. So now it's my turn. Hey, how you doing? Big fan. So I go and tell him. I go, and which is true. I'm like, growing up, I always dreamt of being a game show host. That was like what I wanted to do. And growing up, one of the game show hosts I always remember and wanted to kind of take a part of was John Davidson because he was like one of the first ones I regularly remember watching
He's American.
on Hollywood Squares. So he looks at me and goes, okay. And I'm like, I'm wondering if, you can sign my copy of Hollywood Squares on Nintendo in box. So this I have in box. So he looks at it. So I go, okay. So he signs it. And then while he's signing it, that's when I tell him a story about, I kind of looked up to you as like a game show host because I wanted to be a game show host. He just looks at me and goes, all right, here you go. I'm like, oh, thank you. He's not really talkative. So I'm like, oh, that's a really good looking autograph. Just sign it. He goes, yeah, you can sell that on eBay.
Really?
I'm guessing Hollywood Squares may have been something he had to do when his career may have went down the tubes
Contractually?
because I could not get him to talk anything about Hollywood Squares. I'd be like, I loved your show. He's like, no, it wasn't my show. It was owned by someone else. I'm like,
I wonder if he had it
Thank
like
you.
it was part of his.
I'm thinking money was starting to run out, and
Yeah.
he just needed to take the gig. So he was a bit of a pill. And I was going to try and get the mother from Alf, but I changed my mind because I didn't want to.
Now it says Davidson made numerous appearances on the original Hollywood Squares from the game show's 1966 premiere to its 1981 cancellation.
Oh wow!
I just jumped ahead.
You're going to learn a lot about John Davidson you never thought you would know.
Let's see. He was there known for his long-winded bluffs.
Oh, I took over the show. Shadow Stevens.
Shadow Steve. Oh God, Shadow Stevens. Davidson has recorded 12 albums, none of which charted on Billboard's Hot 100.
There you go.
A
Good for
failure
him.
he has attributed to his not being a good studio singer and performed in various musicals. His album CD, John Hamilton Davidson is a funny guy. A little long. Was released late 2006 to show both his skills at comedy and singing.
I gotta listen to that.
Personal life and other notes. Doesn't say anything at how much. Who often appeared with his father on later versions of Hollywood Squares, and Jennifer Davidson John is currently with his second wife and former backup singer Rhonda Davidson. Together, they have a child of their own, Ashley Davidson. John and Rhonda now live primarily in New Hampshire. The son of two Baptist ministers, Davidson now identifies as an atheist, declaring himself openly secular.
Jesus.
Yeah, right? too much,
Wow.
too much info there.
There's a lot to him. I really wish I didn't know about.
Interesting.
So,
Interesting.
so that was pretty cool. And then I walked past the table with Tony Danza. So Tony was there, and his line, not that long, not a very long line.
Yeah, well, he might have fallen off a little bit.
So,
Thoughts and prayers, Tony. Thoughts and prayers.
he finally comes out.
Was Alyssa there and Jonathan?
No, thank God.
Was Jonathan there?
Jonathan. Oh,
Danny Pintaro?
I think he may have been working the corner.
Is he in transition?
What?
Thoughts and prayers, okay? Thoughts and prayers, everybody.
And
Tony Danza
it was
signing autographs.
No, and I had a flashback to when they used to bust on him on O&A.
I loved.
Because while everyone was waiting online for him, like this woman who was like next couldn't wait to talk to Tony.
Well, there was when Anthony pretended to be Tony Danza on the phone, right? He's like,
Yes.
Right? He's like,
Do you like yam bags or something like that?
Yeah. It's like, now here's what you want to do. When I come out on the stage, I want you to run up. Don't tell anybody. Just run up on stage. I don't think anyone ever did anything though because the show was live.
I know.
Yeah. So, hear the woman, Tony, you look amazing. Do you hit the gym? It's like, well, I haven't really hit in a long time. So, it's just like, almost like brushed it off.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do as a gift, I wanted to try and get him to say something for us on the
show.
podcast.
Oh, that would have been fantastic.
Now, I was not going to wait online. So
Why? I thought you said the line wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but still, I wasn't going to wait online for him. So I went over to his manager. I go, hey, just out of curiosity, I have a podcast. I would be awesome if Tony can say something for the podcast. No, Tony doesn't do podcasts. I'm like, no, I'm not looking for an interview. Just want him to say something.
Yeah.
No,
A bumper.
Yeah, no, Tony won't do it.
Tony, no home.
Yeah, basically. I'm like, no. All right. So I walked away. But someone overheard me talking about a podcast.
Really?
Yes, and I was actually quite shocked when he said that he would certainly be interested in doing it.
Wait, so this person approached you and said, I overheard what you were saying,
well,
and asked you what the podcast was
he
about?
was in
or?
he was in the vicinity.
Okay.
Like how they have the tables kind of next to each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
So when I was because I went to get his autograph anyway,
Okay.
which is kind of cool. I'll tell you in a minute. And when he said, "Oh, you're the one with the podcast. What is it about?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, it's Better Half Podcast. Life Married versus Life Single." And him and his manager were both like, "Oh, that's a pretty interesting idea,
Concept.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm like, "Oh, and I was, what? Would you be able to say something?" So so he's like, "I'll be more than happy to do something for your podcast." Because I'm like,
Really?
I think he saw me with Tony.
Tony's
And-
manager.
Yeah, well, Tony's manager, yeah. And
Dr. Vinny Kumbazzo.
I'm not gonna say he felt bad, but he's like, "Yeah, I have no problem."
So you told him what the show was about.
Yep, and he did like it. He
All right,
was,
so
yeah.
did you tell him to subscribe?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. All right, so who?
Well, I'm trying to.
Well, okay. Well, you
want-
could play it, and then if you want, we could, we'll add it in.
I think it would become a part.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm listening. I'm listening.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I'm excited. I can't wait to hear this. Or not.
Hello there, John O'Hurley here. Jay Peterman from Seinfeld, and you're listening to the Better Half podcast. You have to choose between happy married, happy single. Good luck. There is no in between.
I love it. That is awesome. Jay Peterman.
Jay
That's
Peterman,
awesome.
John O'Hurley. You also know him from the Westminster Dog Show,
Yes.
and he hosted Family Feud for a while.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't. Oh,
Come on down, Mormon family.
Here's what was awesome.
Jay Peterman loves the podcast.
Jay Peterman.
Our first celebrity endorsement.
Here we go. He is an absolute professional because when he was getting ready, obviously he took my phone. I recorded it off my phone.
There's no dick
And
pics
he
on there.
those
His or yours?
yeah. So he takes the phone. He's holding it. Ready, and he does one of these things. He, like in a recording studio, like he cups his ear,
Right.
and he's like, he goes, hit play. I'm like, all right, hit the button. So he hits the button, looks. John O'Hurley, Jay Peterman from Seinfeld, and you're listening to. Oh, okay, he completely forgot the name. Meanwhile, we got
Take
the
two.
easiest name.
Take two.
Meanwhile, the old guy who played Skeletor had an easier time remembering the Yin and the Yang podcast.
Skeletor.
So, I'm Skeletor. Yeah, now I gotta find one for the retro gamers. God help me. So, so he does it
Wait,
again.
it's funny that you mentioned Skeletor because there's a podcast that I listen to called Who Are These Podcasts, and they basically make fun of podcasts. And the host does a Skeletor / Starscream impression.
That's the same guy, yeah.
I know, hands down, it sounds just like him.
Alan Oppenheimer. So
What
yeah,
if he's
so
related to Oppenheimer from World War II.
so so he did that whole thing. He recorded it. The outtakes he made sure to delete.
Oh,
So, because I'm looking at him, because I get very, even when like my mom takes my phone to show her a picture, she'll be like, "Oh, swipe." I mean, no swiping.
you're not allowed to swipe.
No,
That's-
and I don't have anything on here for her to
Right.
not see because that's all hidden. But
taxes.
I just know that's a pet peeve of mine.
By the way, if
Don't-
I ever die suddenly, you take this and you throw it in the water.
yeah.
Okay,
I got mine. You have to incinerate.
absolutely.
So that's a really pet. Don't swipe when you have someone's phone.
Not
It's a
cool,
rude
man.
thing to
Not
do.
cool, man.
So I didn't realize what he was doing at first. So he's starting to go through like the rest of the audio, and I almost was like, "What are you doing?
I got other shit on
What are
there.
you doing there, pal?" But then I saw he was trying to delete. I'm like, "All right, let's make sure you delete the right things."
All right.
So he was
Very
cool. And then I got him to do. He was selling scripts, Seinfeld scripts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that I guess they were his. And he had a stack of them.
Yeah.
And the one right on top, because stupid me, I didn't look through the list. I didn't look through the pile. But the one on top is my favorite Seinfeld episode, the Kenny Rogers Roaster episode.
Okay.
And which I didn't realize he's barely in. He's not in
All
until
right.
the end, but still. So he signed that, to Larry, Jay Peter,
That's
John
cool.
O'Hurley. So one day I'm going to sit here, watch the episode, and read it.
Okay,
to
so
see.
we need to have that on every episode.
We will. We'll put it in.
Or at least every other episode.
Means I have to put the Alan Oppenheimer one in on the Yin and Yang because I've totally forgotten.
Well, I'm not going to let you forget, so you know that.
Um,
What is going on with the yin and the yang? Are we not allowed to talk about that? Is that
I-
under discussion?
I'm trying to figure out what's real and what's Memorex.
Gotcha.
so-
Okay, enough said.
No, but it's coming back. It's going.
I
Everything
didn't
was
know
on
it was gone.
No, well, everything was on hiatus because I didn't have a computer.
Okay.
So,
All right.
but yeah, so Chiller was actually really fun. 30th anniversary coming up in October.
Very nice.
And they're planning something big, so I
I'll
don't know.
try and make one of these Chiller Theaters soon. But so yeah, I had some.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go right ahead.
Final thing. The reason why I went to Chiller, Miss Molly from Romper Room.
Yes. Yes. Let's discuss now. Let's a little for those who don't remember. Larry is a child, a very cute kid. I don't know.
adorable.
I don't know what the fuck happened. but
I really should have been kidnapped and raped.
I might still kidnap and rape you. So that definitely is a possibility. So
Well, hey,
and you don't have a
Points
bed
for
yet.
me.
So
very awkward.
it's gonna be a lot of splinters. But anyway, so Larry as a child was on Romper Room. And
I think that was countrywide.
I believe so.
I mean, like there was different versions.
Yeah,
Mine
yeah.
was
Romper
here.
Room was a children's show where, I guess there was one host and a group of children
Yeah,
and
you
like
just kinda
a
play games. You learn.
you play games. Yeah, it was the educational fun time game, which is very similar to like the Magic Garden back in the day.
They were there as well.
Okay, now I hated the Magic Garden because you want to know why? They never said my name. When they go, "Hi, Davis. Hi,
Yeah.
Logan. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, Anthony." They never
Like-
said, "Hi, Frank."
Like at the end of Romper Room with the magic mirror.
I never really
and
watched
there's
Romper
Billy
Room, to
and
be honest.
Cookie and Robbie and whatever.
Mike
And she had the magic mirror with her. But it's funny you mentioned the Magic Garden.
Now, so
Chew knows one of them
I'm not surprised.
and
but-
actually called me, and I spoke with one of them on
yo,
the phone.
man, this is Deborah or Carol, Carol, or whatever. Anyway, so Larry got yelled at by Miss Molly once on air and once off air.
Well, my buddy was yelled at off air, but I was yelled at on air.
because she's apparently a very unhappy woman.
Well, hold on. Now that I met her, and she has a podcast she does with her wonderfully attractive daughter, who was there helping her collect money.
Miss Molly.
Recently graduate college, and had a nice little conversation with her. Can't remember her name though, so there goes that.
All right.
But no, actually, yes, Miss Molly. I guess working with kids for so long, I guess it may take a toll. So here's how I envision this whole day going. All right, I get to Chiller Theater. We get there like 9:30 because we always get the early bird. We get an hour early. So I go in, I find what room she's in. She's not there yet. I'm like, all right,
Bitch.
she didn't show up till like 12:30. So, and I'm like, all right, fine. Now she's here.
You went,
arg. So
One of my favorite sound
here's what I'm thinking. I'm like probably the only one here who was on Romper Room. So I'm going to shock the shit out of her. My mom, truth be told, literally a week before Chiller Theater, my mom found the old Romper Room pin from WWOR Channel 9 that we got that day. The original pin just happened to be in a drawer.
Okay.
So she gave it to me. I wore it. So I'm like, I'm going to walk in the room.
Oh,
She's going to
God.
see the pin and be like, hey, I was on Romper Room.
Security.
And it's just going to blow her mind.
Security.
So finally she's there. My problem was I went to get my friends because they wanted to see this whole transaction. So I ran to find my friends. I come back. Now there's like one person in front. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go in. Now I hear the conversation. And then when I was on the show with you,
Boom, boom, ba, boom.
so in any event, I found, she saw the pin. She's like, hey, an original pin. So I'm like, all right, I got it in. So we start talking.
Did you bang her?
No, she's a wonderful woman. I'm very happy to have met her again. We got
Did
to
you
hold the
explain
magic
to her
mirror.
that she fucking scarred you for life?
No. I did tell her how with the even number situation when we had the number jump. It was 1 through 10, tiles on the floor, and everyone would jump 1, 2, 3. Comes up to me, and I'm the first kid. She decides to go, okay. She said Larry, not Larry, but Larry.
Like you say Mario instead of Mario.
Mario is the proper
Mario.
pronunciation. So
Mario,
so,
Sega.
So I told a story where
I
then
hate the
when
way
you
you speak.
stopped me and you asked me what the even numbers were, my head exploded on television because I had no clue. And what we were going to do was, I'm like, I know my even numbers now, and then it was this whole bit which we didn't do. So
'Cause she called security on you.
So we're having a good time. We're talking, and I tell her the story of how I got on the show. Now, how I got on the show was my grandmother, my mother's mother, was the boss of her husband.
Okay.
Back then.
Nepotism.
And that's how I got on the show. So I explained this. I'm like, my grandmother, so-and-so, was your husband's boss, and that's... and I tell the story to her daughter as well while I'm waiting for the schmuck in front of me to finish up with her. So, and it was weird. I didn't want to say her father because I didn't know maybe if it was her father or not.
Right.
So I'm just like, her husband. And then she's like, my dad. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, no, you know what? Look, in this day and age, you don't know if it's like that. It could have been her stepdad. It
Yeah.
could have been her half
So
dad.
I tell, and she goes, "Oh,
Half-dad?
that's really interesting." And then she turns to Miss Molly and she goes, Larry here. She got on the show because
Larry.
his grandmother was our dad's boss, and she goes, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah, So, and Miss Molly goes, "Well, that sounds like," and I forgot.
Miss
she's
Molly. Her name isn't like Molly Jefferson.
well, Molly McCluskey, and the reason why she was there is
Oh, it's a nice Irish lass.
she was in Dawn of the Dead.
Really?
And she was in George Romero's Knight Riders, KNIGHT.
Wait, she's in that Miss Molly's on the one on your YouTube video.
I have the entire episode.
That's her
Yeah.
making that face of the.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I tell her the story about my grandmother, and she goes, "Oh, that sounds like my husband. Always trying to, usually pulling strings or whatever to get someone on the show." Like,
She's
yeah,
got to be
yeah.
like 70, 80 years old.
I don't know, but she looked good for her age.
You bang her?
No.
Would
Why are you
you?
like the third person to ask me that?
Would you?
No.
Why not?
She's a very sweet woman. But
Okay.
here's what the story goes. She goes, "Yeah, he worked for that electrical company."
The electric company.
I go, in my head, my grandmother didn't work for an electric company. So now in my head,
The story's a lie.
I have to, now I'm trying to piece together. And my friend said next to me, he goes, "Something went off in your head because I saw your face change when she said that." So now, and I haven't approached my mom yet about this story, let alone my grandmother,
Well, she's probably going to hear it
to
now.
try and figure out if for the last 30
You've been
years,
living a lie.
32 years, I always thought I got on the show because of strings that were pulled.
You've been living a lie.
And I didn't, like, when I was looking at Miss Molly, when she said that, I'm like,
So Miss Molly actually is running a sex trafficking.
No,
ring.
not at
No?
all.
No?
Not at all.
Oh, sorry.
So then,
child labor.
What I
No?
did was I printed up a couple like 4x6s or 4x5s, whatever I get through freeprints.com, of screen grabs.
The fact that you know these websites that free, you like
What, you get
you're-
85 free
you're like
photos.
Mr. Coupon. You just, oh my god,
85 free
Can
4x5
85 free freaking
printed
business,
right off.
business cards for the Better Half
Anyway,
podcast already. Jesus.
anyway,
anything to drink?
here's Frank again. You know, tired of hearing my stories.
No, I'm
So-
just thirsty and I ran out of drink.
So yeah, so then I had her sign because I screen grabs of the episode. So I had her sign one for me, and then in all seriousness, had her sign one for my friend's mother. He had passed away a bunch of years ago. The one who was on the show with me. So
Sorry.
like we're having a
Sorry to hear
good.
that.
So we're having a good time, and all of a sudden I'm like, all right, well I'm going to bring
Thoughts
the
and prayers. Thanks, Tony.
I'm like, well, now time to bring the mood down because here's this autograph I'm asking for. But it was nice to see her. I got to take a picture again with her. It was awesome. Really chill theater. Turned out to be really good. A lot of good autographs.
Yeah,
And,
I was
that's about
actually I was off that day, but I was coming back from vacation, so I couldn't.
Well, the 30th anniversary.
Sure, that's not going to be crowded. You know how much I love
Halloween.
crowds. You know how much I love crowds. I hate
It's not
crowds.
that bad.
I listen. Bree, our fan, my customer, also asked me about New York City Comic Con. She's like, "Oh, you going?"
I got my she's
I-
going?
she's
Bree,
go-
I'm going Friday and Saturday.
Okay, she's probably not going. She's going to go Thursday and Sunday now, but
Rude.
whatever. So I'm like, no, I'm not going. I go, why? I checked it off my bucket list. I don't like crowds, and honestly, I really all I wanted to do was go to the Walking Dead panel, and that show is slowly jumping the shark, and I can't even find how to get. I could not figure out which thing to go down to and what panels were still there. When I
It was
went that
rough.
day.
It was rough.
So
There was a couple Walking Dead people there at Chiller. Some tall, skinny guy with long hair and some kid. I don't know.
some kid.
Yeah, some boy.
Okay.
I think played like a younger version of someone, and then like the older version was there.
Oh yeah, him and his brother. They played the same character
yeah,
years
something
later.
like that. Yeah.
Henry.
Yes,
Yeah,
Henry. Yeah.
they're both dead now. on the
Henry.
show. Well, Henry,
Henry, you stuttering pricky, you son of a bitch, you Henry.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So
I've been sleeping on a couch for the last 2 weeks.
so
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
no, more
3 weeks.
2 weeks.
Can't wait for this fucking bed
Did I
to show
tell you
up.
that Nia Burr commented on my tweet?
That is awesome.
She didn't comment. She liked it.
Take
Comment
it.
would have been nice, but I mean, you know,
Take it.
because I, she's always on Bill Burr's podcast, the lovely Nia, and I tweeted her something about I forgot what she was asking. She was asking a question about Pulp Fiction, where in the movie Pulp Fiction when Marcellus Wallace, Bruce Willis runs over Marcellus Wallace. He's holding coffee, like he's getting coffee for him and John Travolta. Like he's the boss. Shouldn't John Travolta be getting coffee for him? You know, and I'm like, he's absolutely getting coffee for him. But then I go on a side note. I just had my 48th episode of my podcast, and my wife was a quick co-host. I go, and I couldn't help reminding me of you and old Freckles, and she liked it.
That's awesome.
So that was kind of cool. But we actually have a very special episode coming up soon.
We do.
Our next episode is our golden.
Well, normally people would celebrate 100th episode, but we're going to be celebrating our 50th episode.
Well, 50 is a big number.
No, it is, especially when we're every 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, so
Or at this point, every month.
well, it's 'cause it's your fault. But next episode will be a live episode. That hurt. That really hurt.
And you got to go down the stairs, too. when
Yeah,
we're done.
and so now we have options. We could either have it at Studio A or Studio B for a live
I think the
episode.
brand new Studio A would be nice,
That
hopefully.
would be nice. Well,
I'll have
if
some
you
furniture.
Get you get your furniture in,
Oh, yeah.
and we can have
We'll
it
do
here.
it right
So
there.
we are going to have a live episode live on Facebook.
Live.
And if it's possible, I would like. Can we get the live episodes onto YouTube as well, or
I mean, for $15 a month, yeah.
like? So wait, if we can't, do
I can multi-stream.
multicast. But wait, how do you do like? You can't just download it to YouTube.
Oh, you mean I did meant live on YouTube?
No.
Oh, no, afterwards
our
I
live
can. Yeah,
episodes- yeah. Our live episodes are still going on your More
Yeah.
365 page, right?
They go on that. They go on the Better Half.
Well, they don't go on there's no Better Half YouTube page.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yes, I can put it on the page, yes.
Okay. That's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's do that. So as always with the live shows, if you log into our Facebook feed through the Better Half page,
Yes.
we
can see.
will comment.
Yep.
We will read your comments and we will answer them.
And I actually have a separate computer now that I can read comments because normally I'm stuck broadcasting from the phone.
Perfect. And if in the future when we do it at my house, I have all upgraded internet.
About freaking time.
I didn't realize absolutely you were right. My internet sucked. My internet
Right?
sucked.
Right? How it's a world of difference.
Oh, well, what happened
That
was
porn
the
comes in
kids.
crystal
We had to
clear.
get the kids laptops for school.
Okay.
Okay, so we got them some.
They don't
fucking-
supply them nowadays? I thought they get every kid
They
gets a
do in
iPod.
middle school, but
Oh.
my daughter is like me, and she's writing. She's on the school newspaper,
Okay.
and she's been
Oh, she's
writing.
a little Lois Lane.
Yeah, right. She actually just is writing a play for her and her classmates.
Fake news.
No, it's actually real news. But my daughter will continue to write and edit this play until she graduates high school because she never finishes. She has about 12 plays. By the time I'm like, Jules, there's only like a month left of school. You've been working on this thing since like November, and 3 people already dropped out of it because when's it coming out? It's not going to get done because she never finishes them. So I love it.
How's that zombie book that's coming along that you're doing?
I don't want to talk about that. I actually.
Acorn doesn't fall far from the tree.
Oh please! I have about 3 novels on this laptop alone that aren't done.
Adorable.
Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it? She's so me. It's fucking scary. She actually gave me a duh. she
Ooh.
like yeah, and I'm like, excuse me. I said I'll put you to a wall.
Nice.
But she's a little sassy right now. She's driving me up a wall.
Fair enough.
But today I made both kids cry within a matter of 6 minutes.
Is that a personal record?
Not a personal record, but my son pissed me off on the way home from picking him up from school because he was a real jerk to me, and I was talking. I wasn't yelling, but I was getting loud.
Okay.
You know, like I was
Stern.
talking loud, and then I hear in the backseat. I go, "Oh, you crying now? What else is new?" I was like this. I was like, so
Wow.
Yeah, I was pissed. So then I get home. I walk in the door and I cannot walk. I mean, literally, my body's racked with pain.
My body.
My son runs into the house to go to mommy because mommy's the nicest one, you know. I hear him go, "Stop, Jules, stop!" Like I'm walking into the house and I hear them already fighting, and I'm like, and I turn now. I told my daughter 2 days ago to fold her laundry. So I walk into the house, and she's got her laundry basket. Half of the clothes are on the couch. Other half is still in the laundry basket, and she's spinning in a circle with it. And every time she spins, she hits her brother. So I look at her, I go, "Didn't I tell you to fold that goddamn those clothes on Monday? It's now Wednesday." I go, "I wanted you to fold those clothes before your mother got back from her business trip because my wife got a job." Good. She started a job on Monday. Thank God in heaven. So dual income, baby. Woo!
Right,
We can
nice.
stay in the house. So it's getting a little worried there. So I'm like, I go, "I don't understand." And she's like, "I'm doing it now." Like she would. I go, "You and that attitude, I'm so sick of it." I go, I did like the
teeth.
the finger point. And I'm like, my 2 fingers are pressed together. Well, that's like a racial symbol now.
Well,
apparently, right?
well, you
That's
can't say
fucking-
okay anymore.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
So
Okay.
okay. So that's
So
racist.
that-
So and I'm pointing at her like one of the guys from Sopranos. I'm with 2 fingers out like this, and I'm like, I swear to God, if you give me that attitude one more goddamn time, and I'm just looking, I go, I got a bad goddamn day I got to do with your brother's bullshit now. I go, I'm sure your mother's gonna start me right in a minute when she comes upstairs, and she's just looking at me. She's like, I'm in her face, and she starts crying, and I go, "That's good. Good. I made 2 kids cry in freaking 6 minutes. Yeah, Daddy's home." And I went in the room and I shut the door and I slammed the door and took a shower. I was like, my wife comes, she's like, "What happened?" I go, "Your kids are insane." I go, she goes, "Oh, they're my kids now." I go, "Yeah, they're your kids." I go, she goes, "Your daughter's crying." She said that you're happy you made both of them cry in 6 minutes. I go, "Yeah, I'm pretty goddamn happy about it." I go, "I'm pretty happy." Yeah. Yeah.
Can I give you a high five? I love how you discipline your kids.
No, I
Oh, just the fact that you discipline. I
So she
love
goes,
it.
"What?" I go, "Did your son tell you what he did on the way home?
Yeah.
He had a meltdown because I wouldn't. He goes to afternoon services
Yeah.
for school, like because Stephanie works and
Yeah.
he'll be under her feet. So
I got you.
So he had to go back. My daughter's old enough; she can stay. She does her homework.
Mm-hmm.
She's in an old world with an iPod. So Joey's got to go to. It's called Scope. That's the name of the program. So I pick him up, and they get a snack and a drink, whatever, and they got this some sort of, I don't know, it's like a chocolate chip cookie thing, but she's like, oh, the teacher said we could put it in milk and make like a bowl of cereal out of it. I'm like, all right, fine. I go, you could do it at home. He starts melting down. In school, I'm like, Joe, I go, let me ask you a question. I go, what is the milk here, and we have milk at home. I go, you have a paper bowl here and a real bowl with a real spoon at home. I go, what is the difference? There is no difference. I go, exactly, but I want it here. I go, you're not having it at school because he had to go to the doctor. He had a doctor's appointment. So I didn't have time to waste. I had to get him home, eat dinner, and he can go. So I'm like, we can't do this right now, Joe. I go, you have to go to the doctor. He's like, well, I want it here. I go, you're not getting it here. Get your jacket. Let's get in the damn car. I go, we got to go. In the car, he's like melting down, kicking my chair, and I go, if I pull this car over, one of us is getting out of it. I'm like at the point, and I had the windows open, and I yelled at one point,
boy.
and some guy was standing on the corner. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. In my head, I'm like, put me on YouTube. Go ahead, I don't care. So it was a bad afternoon. I had a rough day at work, bad afternoon, and I'm like, and Larry's like, oh, you want to record at my house? I'm like, yes, we'll record at you record, yes, no problem, absolutely. So
I have enough room if you want to crash now.
yeah, well, please, the way that might happen.
Even though these lights don't work. So.
Huh?
It's the only thing I couldn't plug back
I
together
have a
on
book
this
light,
couch.
Don't worry.
Everything else I somehow got to work electronically.
Do you know I have 300 books at home I haven't read yet?
Really?
And I'm not. She was not buying any more books. I go,
Oh.
yard sale season is coming, baby. It's
Free
coming.
market.
No, fuck that
Oh,
shit.
come
They're a
on.
ripoff. You piss me off with your money. Because I know you spent a lot of money at WrestleMania and at Chilla. And
Hold
you were
on.
starting. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't care. All I know is I spent almost $9,000 on house repairs. Larry left the mic. So while Larry's gone, oh God, Jesus Christ, another belt. What is it made out of?
This is
An eco-friendly belt.
the eco-friendly belt. It's made out of a naturally fallen tree. And
Why? Why do you do that?
hemp.
So you could smoke it.
I think it's just burlap.
Larry, do I even want to know? Can I guess?
Well, that's average price. Like the
300,
well, higher.
350,
Higher. Wait, before or after shipping and tax?
450 total.
Total? Higher.
I'm gonna punch you in the tits right now. Did that check engine light on your car ever go off, Larry?
Yeah, it's good.
550,
Lower.
500,
Lower.
475.
Higher. Oh, no, about 460.
I hate
What's that?
you.
But I got $16 back on eBay.
Well,
Ebates.
Good, oh,
See?
good for you. $16 back on eBay. You didn't get $16 back. You spent $460. That's what you did. Moving into a new apartment with a car with a check engine light on. Mr. Responsibility. Larry, I love you, but I want to punch you in your tits, too. I'm just trying to listen. All right.
All that. Imagine what all that is.
Okay, so my HVAC
Actually, it is very
my HVAC
funny.
system cost $5,800, and when they were fixing the HVAC system, they found water in the electrical panel
That's not
the
good.
day before I was leaving for vacation.
That sounds about right.
And I had to figure out when I was getting the the electrician
know
at my
that did
house,
that.
so my house wouldn't burn down. So that was another $2,500.
I do appreciate that you did mention this segment last week with Stephanie when you were talking about
money-
money
money-
Larry
money-
spends at Frank
That
Camp.
ca- yeah, I didn't get into it though, did I? I don't remember.
I don't think you got too much
Yeah.
into it, but,
yeah, so before we went on a vacation, we had to fork out. We budgeted the $5,800 for the HVAC system. We did not budget the $2,400 for the new electrical panel and the entire pole that is attached to my house, which was rusted out, which is where the water was coming from.
there you go.
So my father-in-law, God bless his soul, while we were on vacation that Friday, came to our house, sat with the electrician all day, realizing when I was almost throwing my guts up in Busch Garden going, wow, your father's been in my house all day with no lights, no air conditioning, no TV, no internet, nothing. I'm like, wow, we owe him something. So we're taking him out to dinner. So
Awesome.
But that was fun. So
Good.
I hate you because you.
I got to find where to put those belts.
I know I'd like to stick them.
I'm going to put them somewhere in my back in my bedroom.
Boom, boom.
No. This is no. This is going to be like
Wallow belts.
no. I was thinking of that, but that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is all my photos, all the things I had hanging on the wall, plus half the shit that I couldn't hang on a
Is
wall.
there anything downstairs still or no?
No, I emptied it all out.
CSI lighted the bedroom. Or
Well, I did leave
Poor
my bed.
poor
down there.
Mario.
Mario. And I'm going to put
Mario, not Mario.
and I'm going to put
Mario.
pictures down the hallway here. Yeah, not the expensive stuff, simple stuff. So yeah, I'm going to do it. Yeah. Yep. Shut the fuck up.
Shut, don't go up.
Hey,
You ready for some old news?
old news?
Don't read that first word.
Oh, like I already did.
Old news. Get off my lawn. You bastards.
Did you tell Stephanie ahead of time what the?
No. I was totally, because I was playing like, oh, you've listened to every episode,
Yeah.
right? You know. And she's like, I'm like, time for old news. She's like, you know the logo, right? The slogan. And she goes, yeah, it's time for old news. And I'm like, you don't listen to the show. I did that on purpose. I threw her under the bus. On
No,
purpose.
I know, but she went with it. She was like,
She
time
went-
for old news.
She needs
which
taking it properly.
makes sense.
Yes, time for old news. So I said, we say get off my lawn because the news is old and I'm old and cranky. She's like, yep, that's about right. So since you've already seen it, so I'll read it. So, but once again, this state does not
Oh my god.
disappoint. So coming from Channel 4 News, NBCNewYork.com.
Wow, this is probably the most, the biggest website we've used.
Maybe. Florida man shoveling spaghetti in mouth arrested at Olive Garden.
Wonderful, wonderful Italian restaurant.
Yeah, yeah. When my cousin Tony, hey, did somebody say Tony Bandanza? When my cousin Tony comes from Italy, I take him to Olive Garden, and then Tony shoots him in the back of the head because that's not Italiano, Hospitaliano. Ugh. That in the Subway commercial pissed me off to no
Which
end,
one?
where I had to actually tweet Subway and tell them to
Which
stop.
Subway commercial?
Hey, did you see the sandwich that Tony got?
Oh.
It's like, no.
Was it like a meatball parmesan
Yeah,
sandwich?
look at the meatballs, Parmesan spelled with an S-E-A-N. No. He was like, you know what you got to do to get me that sandwich? Like he was a mobster guy, and then the old lady sitting out the window.
They're wearing
on the
wife
windows.
beaters?
Yeah, no, he's wearing I think he was wearing a pinstripe suit or something. But I actually tweeted Subway going, you guys are disrespecting Italians everywhere.
They had a pedophile as their spokesperson for a while.
Yeah, well, they didn't know that. Say it like it's a bad thing.
What?
Anyway, what? Nambla? What?
Modal?
Modal. A Florida man was arrested at an Olive Garden after police say he caused a drunken disturbance and was shoveling spaghetti into his mouth with his hands.
That sounds like how I normally eat spaghetti.
Last week, his brother and mother were arrested at Walmart with their dog.
Oh, yes. Love that story. That poor dog.
Yeah, the dog got away, though.
He
The dog,
did.
no charges. Ben Paget, 32, was arrested by police in Naples. Of course, Naples. Naples, the white trash capital of the world. Sorry, any listeners from Naples.
Aw.
They don't even know how to press record or
that's
play.
true.
So
What?
what?
Fun of everybody.
By police in Naples on April 7th on charges of disorderly intoxication and resisting an officer without violence, according to an arrest report obtained by the Miami Herald. The report said officers responded to a disturbance call at the restaurant and found a shirtless Paget, definitely his brother, chowing down on the spaghetti. This is good spaghetti.
Unlimited spaghetti.
Paget smelled like booze and was muttering obscenities. Fucking meatballs.
Were they still feeding him the spaghetti? It is an unlimited bowl.
Is it an unlimited, or I thought it was just the bread and salad?
Oh,
or
those
breadcrumbs,
breadsticks are
breadsticks.
amazing.
A restaurant worker told police Paget caused a scene inside the restaurant and had been asking patrons for money outside and yelling expletives, the report said. Officers gave Paget paper towels to clean up the
Here's a thin napkin.
pasta on his face, the report said. After he was taken into custody, Paget started smashing his head against the metal cage
Oh, I love when they
partition
do that.
in a patrol car, causing him to cut his head, the
That's
report
the
said.
best.
Paget was booked into jail and later released on $2,000 bond. Attorney information wasn't available. Any comments? No.
We're representing the spaghetti bandit. Was he going table to table?
I don't think so. I think he was
Because
just,
there's not like a giant vat of
I think
spaghetti
maybe
in
he
the
just-
middle of the restaurant.
Maybe he just sat there. Maybe the air conditioner was, but maybe he got comfortable. Food was so good he thought he was home. Because when you're here, you're home. So therefore,
That was when you hear your family.
Isn't it Hospitaliano? When you hear your family.
I have no idea.
I'm Tony Danza, and I take all my family to Olive Garden. No, you don't. You're a liar.
Maybe he takes his TV family.
You know what? They're right. What was Angela Bauer? Right, that was her name. The Bowers definitely went to Olive Garden in Connecticut. And Alyssa Milano, Samantha Maselli was like, "Yo, Dad, what the fuck is this shit?" Shut up, you liberal twat. That's what he was like. Do you know she's got a podcast now?
Does she really?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and she's
Lord.
like, she basically is crazy,
Yeah.
and to think I had her poster on my wall,
Honestly,
and she
Embrace of the Vampire.
Yeah, she
Now I watch that for a whole different reason.
Yeah, she basically said she got into bed with her daughter, and like, you know, while the daughter was trying to sleep, she was telling her that one day you'll live in a world where women are equal to men, and this big orange cotton, this orange Cheeto guy, and he's a sexual deviant. Blah. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll take things that never happened for Alex for 200, because there's no way she got into the bed with
No.
her daughter and had this whole diatribe.
No.
I want to punch her in the face.
She
and
really
I'm a
is.
non-violent person.
No, you are very violent.
I've never hit a woman in my
no,
life.
that you would never
I've
do.
never.
No.
I've actually almost gotten killed because I was watching. I was stopped at a red light when I was about 17, 18 years old. Maybe about 18 years old, and I just dropped my buddy off and stopped at the red light, and this guy was smacking his girlfriend around on the corner.
Smack my bitch up.
Yeah, and I got out of my car and said, "You're a tough guy. Why don't you try and smack me around?"
Hey, you.
I wish I only see. Now I think if I would have said that, we probably would have got a chuckle, and
Yeah.
he would have went, "It's none of your business, McFly," and I would have been like, "Okay, Biff." you know,
Go back and rape
If I
her.
could go back in time, I would have probably played it out that way. But I almost got my ass kicked.
Okay.
She ran off, and then I kind of
Didn't even thank you.
well, I didn't really care because she wasn't getting smacked anymore. But here I was, my 18-year-old self was probably like, well, maybe she'll go out with me.
Yeah, maybe she'll touch me.
Maybe she'll touch my bing bing. You know,
Lady. In your face.
You know, I
Smash
almost got
into
my
the
face
ground.
wet by fucking Guido the Killer Pimp, and then went home and probably jerked myself to sleep. So, oh, you say it like you've
does.
never
Well,
done
it does
it.
put you to sleep.
It is definitely a
It is.
relaxation.
We actually, for some reason, we talked about that on the Yin and the Yang podcast.
Yo, man.
We talked about.
Why do I always say that?
like
When
we all do. We don't know.
But he
None of
doesn't
us
say
do.
that.
No, he did not at all. He does not.
I
sound
gotta tell you,
like a
I
Southern
gotta
black
give
man.
Chew credit because I remember when I first met Chew, and he was a Chew with an NK at the end of it.
He was chunky.
He was Chunky Chew,
Yep.
and he would just come to places, eat, and leave.
Yep.
But he's goddamn. I gotta tell you, and I'm gonna say this, Chew, if you're listening, if
listens.
I was a homosexual man, Chew, you're very fuckable. That's first of all.
Wow.
I'm gonna give you
Wow.
You are a very good looking, I guess, Asian man.
Well, he is Asian.
Well, I
so
can't
yes.
can't say Oriental anymore. So
I don't know why.
I don't know.
I don't
I
get
mean,
it.
I know
I don't
I know
understand.
many Chinese restaurants
It's
that are
the-
like Oriental Garden.
Yeah, and
You
it's
know?
the Orient.
Yeah,
I never understood that.
but I got to tell you, I'm really a little bit envious because when Chew posts his family dinner, I want to like.
Bro,
I want to like go sit down. No, like I want Chew to invite me over his house so I can go like I'm ordering Chinese food and go. I want the dumplings. I want the chicken on a stick. I want chicken and broccoli. But can I get it with garlic sauce? And can you guys give me a little extra duck sauce and that red sauce? Hello? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. How much? Jesus. You know.
no, his mother makes a delicious
Oh my
food.
God. It looks
I'm telling you,
ridiculous.
only once I had like one of those huge banquets, like for his birthday, eons ago. That's where I discovered like chicken with cashew nuts. I mean, the food was phenomenal.
By the way, you checked into Kwang Ming, which is right around the corner from my house.
Yeah,
I didn't get like, hey Frank, I'm going to Kwang Ming.
you weren't part of the group.
You and your fucking groups, and I don't mix circles.
It was me and Mario. We just got. He helped me. He helped me
Mario.
move.
Mario.
Yeah. Mario helped me move some stuff up, and I treated him to dinner.
Did you get the combo plates? Because otherwise, that place is fucking expensive.
Well, anything you get serves 3 people.
Yes.
So
Did you?
And I forgot
get
about
egg
that.
rolls.
You mean the bricks?
The cans of Pepsi, basically,
Yeah.
the size of a can.
That's
of Pepsi.
actually better.
Yeah.
Much better. Yeah, analogy.
I had my 40th birthday party there,
I-
and I'm still paying for it.
I
5 years later.
honestly, we only got through like a quarter of our meal and then took the rest home.
Dogs,
We had no choice.
But
Now,
now, the owner of of that is my neighbor.
oh really?
He lives on the side street.
Oh, wow.
The long, the long street. And at Halloween, he hands out, the stuff that you get the noodles in, the crunchy noodles.
Oh yeah.
He fills that up with a fortune cookie
Oh, that's cute.
and candy, like M&Ms and stuff like that. So we get that, we get a little. Like, oh, we know who that house was. We went in there one time. Me, Steph, and the kids went in there, and we. He recognized my daughter from the school, you know, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we live right up the hills." And Stephanie and I, when we have the kids, we won't drink.
Okay,
You know, so especially even though we're only around the corner.
I got you. No, it makes sense.
But he goes, have a drink on me. I'm like, we're driving, because we actually might have gone. I remember clearly we might be going up to Target.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, okay, no problem. So he comes out and Joey was. This was before we diagnosed Joey with ADHD. He was losing his mind. He's like, I go, here's the credit card. I go, I'll take him in the car. I'll get him out of the. So I'm in the car and I'm like, where the hell are they? She goes, you better come back in here. And I'm like, what happened? She's like, oh no. And she sends me a picture. He gave us this giant dessert thing. It was like 20, like scoops of ice cream with oranges and like fortune cookies sticking and cherries on top.
Feed
and
the pig.
and,
Feed the
and,
pig.
and I'm like,
Ziggy.
I go, Joe, move it. We're going back in. So yeah, I'm just trying to.
The portions that they give there are as big as your head, and I kind of forgot that. And we ate like kings, but it was some good stuff.
Here's the thing from this one from my Skype call. Her name was Awusu Mponsanasa. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Rukusaki.
Rukusaki. So yeah. By the way, are you a big Game of Thrones fan?
I've never watched an episode.
Okay,
I've seen all the nudity scenes.
You've
though.
heard about the. Of course you did. You've heard about the error.
Oh,
Starbucks
the
cup.
Starbucks cup.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
saw
just-
that. Yeah. Did you notice it?
I did not notice it,
Ah.
but I had it on DVR still, so I went back
went-
and but then like an idiot, I forgot. I was clearing shit off the DVR.
That's
I
like
deleted it.
So what? You can see a gas powered Jeep in the background of Gladiator. I think.
I don't know if it's I know
Or is it
in
train tracks?
in a movie with Charlton Heston, he's riding the
Let my people
Get
go.
your hands off me, you damn dirty ape. He's wearing a wristwatch. I think it's in the Ten Commandments or something.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that
there's
one. Okay.
Yeah, but there's one that always drove me nuts. In Donnie Brasco. Do you ever see Donnie Brasco?
Nope.
There's a scene where they pull up in like a 72 Lincoln Continental, and it takes place in like the 70s, whatever. And the next scene, the same Lincoln Continental is a 1983.
There you go.
And I'm a car guy, so
Yeah.
that drives me nuts. And then also in the movie Christine, which is supposed to take place in the 70s, in the background, like a Dodge Caravan goes by. So that pissed me off too. I think that's about it.
I think so, yeah.
One thing I wanted
Go for it.
One thing I wanted to talk about real quick. Little selfish on my part. I'm
Not at all.
This upcoming week, the week after Mother's Day, I am going to be in a walkathon for cancer, childhood cancer. I lost my niece a few years ago to childhood cancer, and I put it on the Better Half page, and I've been throwing it on my Facebook page every couple of days. Larry, thank you for your donation. But if anyone out there, someone gave me $9 today. Thank you very much. I appreciate
listen,
it.
No
So-
job is too big, no fee is too big.
Yeah. So, it's called Hopes and Heroes Walkathon. Hope and Heroes Walk 2019. If you go to our Facebook page, there is a link on the Facebook page. I am walking in honor of my niece. I'm shy of my goal, but it's really my brother's team. We made our goal, so we wanted to make $20,000. I think we're at $21,000
All right,
now.
cool.
So, but my personal goal was 1,000. I'm at 300, but I have a few more weeks. So
Step it up, people.
But if you find it in your hearts to donate, I would appreciate that. Again, the link is on the Better Half Facebook page. Just look for the Hope and Heroes Walk. There's a picture of a little girl named Team Maria. That is my niece. I would appreciate it. And it's not for her. You're doing it. So another family doesn't have to go through what we did. So.
Separating amazing stuff, great stuff. If you can, again, there's no donation is too small, no donation is too big.
And if you can't, that's cool too. I don't care. Just
just share it. If
share it.
anything, share it. But again, separating out what it's for, the fact that total is now an odd number, it's probably going to drive you batty.
With my OCD,
Exactly.
yeah, it is.
Someone donate $1, please.
So no. I've actually been collecting money at work. So whatever I collect at work, I'm going to match.
Gotcha.
I don't care if it's this. I don't care if it's 309 but no matter what, it's still going to a good thing, and it's a good little walk. Like my whole family goes, and last year I think we made about 15,000 last year.
There you go.
And so we made over 21,000 this year, and we were the second highest team who collected. So we actually got volunteers they were like servers because there's a barbecue afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So we had our own private servers, and they looked after the tent while we were doing the walk, and helped hand out things. It was really 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 nice thing.
Cool.
So it's this year it's at Chelsea Piers on the 19th, I think it is. Yeah,
okay,
so
cool.
And we're going to be walking down the West Side Highway. I don't know to where. We were up by the Intrepid last year, and then we walked down to almost to Chelsea and then back. So I have to maybe either we're going up or down or whatever. But it's cool. For one thing, it's actually just a great get together with my family. And then in June we have another charity event for her where we have like a whole Chinese auction. No offense to you. I didn't name it, but we have like baskets. We're actually my wife and I
What
put
is
together.
a Chinese auction?
It's when they put together there's like usually a door prize and then there's baskets and you buy tickets.
Okay.
And you put
your like a blind raffle kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, we put in I bought a fire pit.
Okay.
And we filled the fire pit with with wood and s'mores and the clicky lighter thing. And this fire pit actually you can cook on it. So you have utensils and stuff, and we're gonna have probably like a barbecue cookbook. And we're going to wrap that up, and we're going to raffle that. But I didn't think about the fact that when I park at the racetrack in June, I have to figure out a way to get that from my parking spot all the way to where we're set up. No. With 2 kids in tow. So, yeesh. Didn't think ahead on that one. So, we'll figure it out. But anyway.
Check it out.
But, again, if you can, thank you. I appreciate it. And, of course, we always appreciate you guys for hanging out with and ladies hanging out with us in this little nook of the internet.
50, going on 50.
Going on 50. And we never had a fight.
No,
well,
almost every episode.
But
now you can say technically it's been 51 episodes.
Why?
Classic episode don't count.
Classic episode. Well, actually, I looked. It's actually 54 episodes because we
had a couple other ones.
We had two parters, but let's just say
that's
50.
right. I forgot about those.
Whatever. No big deal. No big whoopsies.
Who's keeping track?
Hey, I am
Rob.
So, Rob, our super fan Rob from Chicago.
Hey.
All right.
Hey,
we should really have a like a deep dish versus.
I've been seeing these ads.
Oh, where you can get like
a deep dish pizza from Chicago overnight.
I saw the Philly cheesesteak from
I think it's like
Pat's or something.
Gabby or something. Grab something.
The internet scares me.
I'm in on that.
You're of course, but I don't know. Like I love a good deep dish pizza, but
I hate deep dish pizza.
I like.
Did we talk about this already?
Yeah, we did. But
okay.
I like a good thin crust. I mean, thin crust to me is where you go.
It's soup.
What?
A deep dish pizza is basically
it's like a casserole.
Yeah,
It's
know what I want to try though?
Pineapple pizza.
No. No. What the hell do you Italians have during Easter?
Easter pie.
Is that what it is?
Pizza rustica.
Rustic?
Pizza rustica.
Yeah, rustic pizza.
I never gave you a pizza.
I've never had it a day in my life, and it looks
next
fantastic.
Year, I promise you we'll get a piece.
Is there an egg? Did someone puts egg in it? Is there a whole egg in there?
No, we have the focaccia. It's called the loaf.
Oh, okay.
That's got like the hard-boiled egg with the sausage.
Oh, yeah,
that's
okay.
something different.
No, that's
like
different.
more of like
no, because when I was at the deli, someone ordered it. Ordered a pizza.
Yeah, you could. If you go to Ivorone, you're gonna that's a Italian place over here in Long Island. You'll get your ass raped because it's like a small piece is like $19. It's ridiculous.
This week's episode sponsored by
By
Ivorone.
North Shore Farms. But next time we make it, I'll make sure.
Oh, good.
You get
Next
some,
year.
yeah.
All right, cool.
Well, I mean, we only make it at Easter, Larry. I mean, what do you want from me? It's a fucking trek.
It really looks like it. It's about 97
you know, it's
layers.
I'll tell you what. Okay, it's super sod.
Right off the bat, I have no idea what that is.
It's Italian meat, gabagool, capicola,
Okay, stop me. I can make up words too.
bippity boppity boopity, prosciutto,
Okay.
prosciutto. You know what prosciutto is,
Yeah,
okay?
prosciutto,
And
yeah.
it's only don't say prosciutto. I'll punch you in the face.
You know, real Italians, they pronounce the ends of the words.
Yeah, I'm a real Italian.
Yeah.
I'm Sicilian.
It's not
so-
mozzarella. It's mozzarella.
No, it's not.
In Italian,
it's
mozzarella.
mozzarella. It's mozzarella.
Thank you. Okay.
But okay, so it's got like I said, it's got prosciutto, it's got gabagool, and super sod. Okay, you got ricotta cheese.
Yeah, regatta. Okay.
Not ricotta.
Yeah.
There's Ethel eating one of them calamaris. Remember that commercial? It's like Eyewitness News van. There's Ethel eating one. There's that news van again. There's Ethel eating one of them calamaris.
Matolov cocktail.
And then it's got I don't know the official name of the cheeses, but it's called basket cheese because it comes in a basket. It's very, very wet. It's like a mixture of
What?
It's like a mixture of like a mozzarella and like I think I want to say Asiago. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
that and you mix the cheeses up with some raw egg. Okay,
Maybe that's where the egg. Okay.
yeah, that's the raw. But
Yeah.
then we use Stephanie's grandmother's recipe for her crust.
Okay.
So that's like a whole thing. Oh,
Yeah. Oh
shit.
boy. Where'd you leave it?
No. I was supposed to do something for Mother's Day that I was going to take that recipe and frame it so she can hang it in the kitchen, and I never
Okay.
got a chance to get to Michael's. God damn it! I might have to do it after work tomorrow. Anyway, so now the rest of the world is going to know that before Stephanie does. So,
No, Mother's Day is this week.
all right. So yeah, this won't come out till after Mother's Day. So I hope she likes it. If not, then I didn't do it in time.
Oh well.
So, and then you mix it all together and you bake it. But you can't. This is the torture because you prepare it overnight and then you have to let it sit. So I can't touch it till the next day.
Because it's still hot on the inside.
It's still hot.
Yeah,
If you have to let it cool.
Yeah.
And so
It's like waiting for concrete to cure.
pretty much. So the next morning we usually make a Good Friday. I usually have to work Saturday at work.
Yeah.
When I get up, Stephanie gets up with me and cuts me a piece so I could take to work.
Oh,
That's like a tradition now.
Aw.
And like I told her, you don't have to get up early because I had to get up early to go to work.
Yeah.
But she did. She had a piece for breakfast, went back to bed, and then I took a piece and ate it before I even got on the Southern State Parkway. So it's like, a piece went in my pocket. I'm like, I'll save that for later.
fucking
I'm
animal.
fucking disgusted. My Stephanie was away for work Monday and Tuesday. So Monday I was off, so that wasn't a problem. Tuesday I had to get the kids on the bus, but I leave at like 7 o'clock in the morning. My kids don't get on the bus till 8:30.
There you go.
So my father-in-law came, and he had McDonald's. And now I'm in the house, and I'm getting my bag, and I'm smelling the McDonald's bag, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get to the deli. I'm going to order their version of a McMuffin. So he goes, hey, you want this? He goes, it was two for $3 or whatever
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was. He goes, I ain't eating 2 of them. I'm like, yeah, fine. I was like, I joked with him. I go, this thing will be gone before I get on the highway, and it was. I think a piece of it fell.
Paper and all.
Piece of it fell into the cup holder, and I said, "I'll just get that afterwards."
Dessert.
Yum. So it was on a biscuit. I'm not a big fan of the McDonald's biscuit.
No,
but,
I like the McMuffins are much better.
McMuffins. I gotta tell you, I got their coffee for the first time. Their iced coffee.
I never drank the coffee, but
It was pretty decent.
I hear Starbucks coffee is overrated. Like stuff like
I hate-
7-Eleven
Starbucks
and McDonald's is much better.
I won't go to Starbucks ever. I hate Starbucks. I will deal with Dunkin' Donuts. 7-Eleven's okay. I gotta
that
say
guy
one
wins
thing.
in 2020.
I'm putting this out to Wawa. Please come to Long Island. If you do, you will have an instant fan. A lot of it, and you will put Dunkin' Donuts at 7-Eleven out of business. So.
Well, it's not Dunkin' Donuts anymore. It's just Dunkin'.
Oh yeah, screw them assholes. Just Dunkin'. Yeah, and I'm just Frank.
Just plain Frank.
That's god, that was the greatest game of tag ever. I can't get it anymore. So
Alrighty.
all right,
shall
well,
we-
so this was a great episode as always.
This
It's nice to finally be working with you again.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
nice to
Thank
see
you.
you. I'll see you
Thank you for
episode-
the new Studio A.
I like it.
Studio
Mazel tov.
A+.
Best of luck.
Thank
Best
you.
of hope you get a lady up here so you can little
what happens.
boom boom for your bang bang.
Maybe
I'll pay for it if you want.
Really?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Wow,
I'm
all
good
right.
like that. I
Little,
know a good $10 hook.
little Robert Kraft action.
Oh, no more Yankee in my wanky. The donger need food. Sex trafficking. Give me a fucking break.
Please.
You know,
Someone's making a good living, so they gotta,
please. It's bullshit.
whatever.
Anyway.
Crank and yank.
So that's that. So I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go cue the music.
no. That was I like how you did it last week though,
I don't remember.
or 2 weeks ago.
What I went.
You're like Larry's not going to edit this, and you were exactly right. So
So you didn't? You have my singing in there and
oh,
everything?
everything's in there. Yeah.
Ah, you bastard.
Yep.
So all right,
So.
well, cue the music.